Chosen ones, an urgent alert from God Himself is ringing through the heavens, and it's meant for you. His message cannot wait any longer. You're not here by chance. Your soul has been called to this moment, to hear a divine truth that will shift everything in your life. God is speaking directly to your heart, saying, "Stop and listen to me right now." This is your time to pause, to open your spirit, and to receive a revelation so powerful it will set your path ablaze with purpose, clarity, and unshakable faith. The Creator has a plan for you, and it's unfolding faster than you can imagine. Are you ready to step into what He's prepared? This message isn't just words. It's a divine signal, a wake-up call from the universe. God sees you, chosen one. He knows the weight you've carried, the battles you've fought, the moments you've wondered if you're enough. But hear this: you are more than enough. You were crafted in His image, marked with a purpose that no force on earth can erase. Right now, God is clearing the fog from your path. He's removing the obstacles that have held you back. The chains of doubt, fear, and lack are breaking. Can you feel it? The air around you is shifting. Something extraordinary is coming your way, and it's not a distant promise, it's happening now. Picture a storm clearing after days of darkness. The clouds part, and a beam of light breaks through, warming the ground beneath your feet. That's what God is doing in your life. He's parting the storms of confusion, the clouds of struggle, and shining His light on your next steps. You've been through trials, yes, but those trials were not your end. They were your training. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment you felt alone was preparing you for this divine moment. God says, "I've seen your faith, and I'm ready to move mountains for you." Your breakthrough isn't coming, it's here. Now, pause for a second. If this message is hitting your soul, if you feel that spark of truth igniting within you, I need you to do something. Drop a 777 inches the comments below. That number carries the energy of divine alignment, a sign to the universe that you're ready to receive what God has for you. Don't just watch, claim this moment. Type 777 and let the heavens know you're listening. God's voice is clear today. My child, you've been patient, but your waiting is over. Think about Joseph in the Bible. He was thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, imprisoned for years. Yet, in a single moment, God lifted him from the dungeon to the palace. That's the kind of shift God is orchestrating for you. One moment you're in the struggle, and the next, you're standing in the overflow of His blessings. Your story isn't finished. The pit was not your destiny, and neither is the pain you faced. God is rewriting your narrative, and the next chapter is filled with favor, abundance, and purpose. You might be wondering, why me? Why now? Because you are His chosen one. Before you were born, God placed a calling on your life. You're not ordinary, you're a vessel for His glory. The world may not see it yet, but the heavens do. Angels are watching, aligning opportunities, moving people into your path who will lift you higher. God is saying, "I've prepared a table for you in the presence of your enemies." Your enemies' doubt, fear, lack can't touch you anymore. They're watching as God elevates you to places you never dreamed possible. Let's talk about what's coming. God's blessings aren't small. They're not just enough to get by, they're overflowing, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Imagine a river that never stops flowing, carrying everything you need: provision, healing, peace, joy. That's what God is releasing into your life. Your finances, He's breaking the chains of debt and opening doors to wealth. Your health, He's restoring what was, have lost, renewing your strength like the eagles. Your relationships, He's bringing divine connections, people who see your worth and walk with you in purpose. If this is resonating, if you feel God's presence stirring in you, type 777 inches the comments again. Let it be your declaration that you're claiming every promise God has spoken. This isn't just a video, it's a divine encounter. Don't let it pass you by. Now, listen closely. God's urgent alert isn't just about what He's giving you, it's about what He's asking you to do. He's calling you to step out in faith. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. The dreams you've buried, the ideas you've pushed aside, the steps you've been too afraid to take. God is saying, move. Like Noah building the ark when the world laughed, your obedience will unlock miracles. You don't need all the answers. You just need to trust His voice. One step in faith will lead you to places logic can't explain. Consider Moses. He stood before a burning bush, hearing God's voice call him to lead a nation. He doubted himself, felt unworthy, unprepared. But God didn't choose him for his strength. He chose him for his heart. When Moses obeyed, the Red Sea parted. That same power is at work in you. God isn't looking for perfection. He's looking for your yes. Say yes to His call and watch Him part the seas in your life. Barriers of fear, lack, and impossibility will fall. This urgent message is a turning point. You've been standing at a crossroads, wondering which way to go. God is pointing the way. He's saying, this is the path I've set for you. It's not a path of struggle, it's a path of victory. The world may try to pull you back, whispering lies that you're not ready, not worthy. But God's voice is louder. You are mine, and I've called you by name. Every step you take now is covered by His grace. You're not walking alone. If you're feeling this truth deep in your spirit, type 777 one more time in the comments. Let it seal your commitment to God's plan. And while you're there, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls walking this journey together. Your support keeps this message spreading, reaching others who need to hear God's voice. God's urgent alert is about timing. His timing is perfect, and this is your moment. Think of Esther, a young woman who became queen not by her own plan, but by God's design. When the moment came to save her people, she didn't hesitate. She stepped into her purpose, risking everything, and God delivered a miracle. You're in your Esther moment. The opportunities, the breakthroughs, the blessings, they're lined up, waiting for you to act. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the right time. God says now is the time. What does this look like for you? Maybe it's starting that business you've been dreaming of. Maybe it's forgiving someone who hurt you, releasing that weight from your heart. Maybe it's speaking up, sharing your truth, or stepping into a role you felt unworthy of. Whatever it is, God is backing you. He's already gone ahead, preparing the way. Your job is to trust and move. The results? They're in His hands, and His hands never fail. Let's talk about the enemy for a moment. The devil is watching, trembling at what God is doing in you. He's tried to stop you through doubt, through setbacks, through voices that tell you you're not enough. But here's the truth. No weapon formed against you will prosper. The enemy's plans are crumbling because God's power in you is greater. You're not just surviving his attacks, you're thriving through them. Every time he tried to break you, God used it to build you stronger. Picture David facing Goliath. The world saw a giant, unbeatable, terrifying. David saw a target. He didn't focus on Goliath's size, he focused on God's promise. With one stone, he brought the giant down. That's you, chosen one. The giants in your life, fear, debt, failure, are falling. God has given you the stones you need: faith, courage, and His word. Swing with confidence, because victory is already yours. This message is urgent because God's plan is accelerating. Things that took years to manifest will now happen in days. Doors that were locked are swinging open. People who overlooked you will now see your value. God is aligning everything: your finances, your health, your purpose, for a season of overflow. But you have to claim it. Faith without action is dead. Type 777 inches. The comments one last time to declare you're ready for what God is releasing. Let it be your stake in the ground, your yes to His call. God's voice is clear. I'm doing a new thing. Like Isaiah 43 says, He's making a way in the wilderness, rivers in the desert. The dry places in your life where you felt stuck, barren, hopeless, are about to bloom. He's turning your desert into a garden, your lack into abundance, your pain into purpose. You're not just going to survive this season, you're going to flourish. People will look at you and say, "How did this happen?" And you'll point to the heavens, because it's all God. Now, imagine standing on a mountaintop, looking at the path you've walked, the valleys, the storms, the moments you thought you wouldn't make it. They've all led you here. God didn't bring you this far to leave you. He's carrying you higher, to a place where you can see His promises unfolding. Your finances are shifting from scarcity to surplus. Your health is moving from sickness to strength. Your heart is healing, ready to love and be loved like never before. This is God's doing, and it's marvelous in our eyes. Some of you are feeling a stirring right now. It's not just emotion, it's the Holy Spirit moving in you. He's awakening dreams you thought were dead, igniting courage you didn't know you had. God is saying, I've been with you through every trial, and I'm with you now. Like Daniel in the lion's den, you faced danger, but God shut the mouths of the lions. You're walking out of that den untouched, with a testimony that will shake the world. This urgent alert is a call to action. God isn't just speaking, He's inviting you to partner with Him. Your prayers, your faith, your obedience, they're the keys that unlock His promises. Think of Abraham, who left everything he knew because God said, "Go." He didn't have a map, but he had a promise. And that promise led him to a legacy that still blesses the world today. Your obedience today will create a legacy for generations. What you do now matters. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls stepping into God's promises together. Your support amplifies this message, carrying it to others who need this divine wake-up call. God's voice is urgent, but it's also full of love. He's not shouting to scare you. He's shouting to get your attention. He sees your potential, your purpose, your power. He's calling you to rise, to shine, to step into the fullness of who He created you to be. Now, let's talk about what's holding you back. Maybe it's fear, whispering that you're not ready. Maybe it's shame, reminding you of past mistakes. Maybe it's the weight of other people's opinions, telling you to stay small. God says, enough. Those lies have no power over you anymore. You are His chosen one, washed clean by His grace, clothed in His righteousness. The past is gone. Your future is radiant. Think of Peter, who denied Jesus 3 times. He thought he'd failed, that his story was over. But Jesus looked at him with love and said, "Feed my sheep." Peter's failure became the foundation for his calling. Your mistakes don't disqualify you, they qualify you. God uses the broken places to build something beautiful. Your scars are proof of His healing. Your story is proof of His power. God's urgent alert is a reminder. You're not running out of time. You're stepping into it. The clock isn't ticking against you. It's ticking toward your destiny. Every second you spend in faith, in obedience, in trust, is a second closer to the life God has promised. Like the woman at the well who met Jesus and left her water jar behind, you're about to leave behind the things that no longer serve you. You're stepping into a new identity, a new purpose, a new life. This message is for someone specific right now. You know who you are. Your heart is racing. Your spirit is stirring. God is saying, this is for you. He's seen your tears in the night, your prayers in the quiet, your faith when no one else believed. He's saying, I'm proud of you, and I'm not done with you. Your breakthrough is not a hope, it's a guarantee. God doesn't make promises he can't keep. Your name is written in his book, and your blessing is sealed. Let's talk about the harvest. You've been sowing seeds, prayers, sacrifices, acts of faith. Some of you have sown in tears, wondering if it was worth it. God says, it was. Galatians 6-9 promises, let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Your due season is now. The seeds you planted are sprouting, the harvest is coming, and it's bigger than you imagined. Financial breakthroughs, restored relationships, renewed health. It's all part of God's plan. Maybe you're thinking, but I've messed up too many times. So did the prodigal son. He squandered everything, yet his father ran to meet him, put a robe on his back, a ring on his finger, and threw a feast in his honor. That's God's heart for you. He's not waiting to judge you. He's waiting to celebrate you. Run to him now and watch him run to you. His arms are open. His blessings are ready. His love is unending. This urgent alert is a divine interruption. God is breaking into your routine, your doubts, your fears, to say, I'm here and I'm moving. Like the walls of Jericho, the barriers in your life are about to fall. They didn't come down because Joshua was strong, they fell because he obeyed. Your obedience is your weapon. Trust God's voice, follow his lead, and watch the walls crumble. Your promised land is closer than you think. Some of you are feeling a shift already. It's not just a feeling, it's God at work. He's rearranging things, aligning people, opening doors. You might not see it yet, but you'll feel it. Like Elijah, who prayed for rain and saw a cloud the size of a man's hand, your small signs of hope are about to turn into a downpour. Keep praying, keep believing, keep moving. The rain is coming. God's message is urgent because the world needs you now. Your light, your gifts, your purpose, they're not just for you, they're for the people God has called you to touch. Like Jonah, you might feel like running from your calling, but God is saying, I need you. Your voice, your story, your faith, they're meant to change lives. Step into your purpose and watch God use you to shift nations. This isn't about chasing wealth or fame, it's about walking in God's abundance. Wealth isn't just money, it's peace, purpose, joy. God wants you to have it all. Deuteronomy 28:12 says, the Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty. That storehouse is open for you now. Your job is to receive it, to believe it, to walk in it. Don't let doubt steal what God has promised. Think about the woman who touched Jesus' cloak. She'd been bleeding for 12 years, spent everything she had, yet one touch of faith made her whole. That's the kind of faith God is calling you to. Reach out, touch his promise, and watch him heal every broken place. Your touch of faith will unlock miracles you can't even imagine. God's urgent alert is a call to rise. You're not just a survivor, you're a conqueror. Romans 8:37 says, "We are more than conquerors through him who loved us." Your victory isn't just surviving the storm, it's dancing in the rain. It's standing on the battlefield, knowing the war is already won. It's walking into your future with your head high, your heart full, and your spirit on fire. Some of you are thinking, "What if I fail?" But God says, "You can't fail when I'm with you." Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, you're walking through the flames, but you won't be burned. There's a fourth man in the fire, God himself, and he's bringing you out stronger, shinier, untouchable. Your enemies will see you and be amazed, because God's power in you is undeniable. This message is urgent because God's timing is now. He's not waiting for you to be perfect, he's calling you as you are. Like Gideon, who thought he was the least, God saw a mighty warrior. You might feel small, but God sees greatness. He's handing you the torch, saying, "Lead." Your weaknesses are where his strength shines brightest. Step into your calling and watch him make the impossible possible. Let's talk about legacy. Your life isn't just about today, it's about the generations that will follow. Like Abraham, your faith will bless nations. The steps you take now, the prayers you pray, the courage you show, they're planting seeds for a harvest you may not even see. But God sees it. He's counting every act of faith, every moment of trust, and he's building a legacy through you. God's voice is urgent because the world is watching. People need to see his light in you, your story, your breakthrough, your victory. It's not just for you. It's for the co-worker who's lost hope, the friend who's struggling, the stranger who needs to know God is real. Your life is a testimony, a living proof that God keeps his promises. Shine, chosen one, because the world needs your light. This is your moment. God is saying, stop and listen. He's not asking for your perfection, he's asking for your attention. He's not asking for your strength, he's asking for your trust. Like Mary, who said, "Let it be to me according to your word." Your yes will unlock miracles. Say yes to God today and watch him move in ways that will leave you in awe. The heavens are open, chosen one. The angels are aligning, the doors are unlocking, the blessings are flowing. This urgent alert is your invitation to step into God's plan. Don't look back. Don't hesitate. The God who created the universe is calling your name, and he's ready to show the world what he can do through you. Are you ready to answer? God's urgent alert is not just a call to action, it's a divine summons to see yourself as he sees you. You're not defined by your past, your mistakes, or the labels others have placed on you. You are his masterpiece, created for a purpose that echoes through eternity. Right now, God is peeling back the layers of doubt that have clouded your vision. He's showing you the truth. You are a chosen one, destined for greatness, handpicked to carry his light into a world desperate for hope. This isn't about what you've done, it's about who you are in him. Imagine a seed buried in the dark, pressed down by the weight of the earth. It doesn't look like much, but inside, it holds the potential for a mighty tree. That's you. The pressures you faced, the struggles that tried to bury you, they were only preparing you to break through. God is saying, the time for sprouting is now. Your roots are strong, your faith has held firm, and the surface is near. You're about to emerge into the light, where everyone will see the strength God has built in you. This message is urgent because God's plan is precise. He's aligning moments, people, and opportunities like stars in the sky, forming a constellation that points to your destiny. Think of Ruth, who walked into a foreign land with nothing but faith. She didn't know Boaz was waiting, that her steps were guided to a field that would change her life. God is guiding your steps the same way. You might not see the full picture, but every move you make in faith is leading you to a divine appointment. Some of you are carrying burdens you were never meant to hold. Guilt from yesterday, fear of tomorrow, wounds from battles long past. God says, lay them down. Like the Israelites at the Red Sea, you're standing at the edge of the impossible. But God is parting the waters. He's not asking you to carry the weight. He's asking you to trust Him to carry you. Let go of what's holding you back and watch Him make a way where there seems to be none. Your life is a canvas, and God is the artist. Every stroke of pain, every splash of joy, every line of struggle, He's using it all to create a masterpiece. You might see chaos, but He sees beauty. Like Job, who lost everything yet stood firm, your story is one of restoration. God is painting a picture of redemption, where every loss becomes gain, every trial becomes triumph. Trust His brush, because the finished work will take your breath away. Now, let's talk about courage. God's urgent alert is a call to step boldly into your calling. You're not meant to shrink back, to play small, to hide your light. Like Deborah, who led a nation into battle, you're called to lead in your own way. Maybe it's leading your family through a tough season, speaking truth in a world of lies, or starting something new despite the risks. God is saying, I've given you the courage you need. Take the first step, and He'll light the path. The enemy is nervous right now. He sees God's hand on you, and he's scrambling. He's thrown distractions, delays, and doubts your way, but they're losing power. Like Nehemiah, rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, you're building something God ordained, and no opposition can stop it. The devil's tactics are loud, but God's voice is louder. Keep your eyes on Him, and watch the enemy's plans fall apart like a house of cards. This urgent message is about claiming your inheritance. As a chosen one, you're an heir to God's promises. Galatians 4:7 says, you are no longer a slave, but God's child. And since you are His child, God has made you also an heir. Your inheritance isn't just spiritual, it's practical. Provision for your needs, wisdom for your decisions, peace for your heart. God's storehouse is open, and He's pouring out blessings you can't contain. Reach out and receive what's yours. Some of you are standing at a door right now, unsure if you should walk through. It's a door to something new, a job, a relationship, a dream. God is saying, knock. Like the parable of the persistent widow, your faith moves heaven. Keep knocking, keep asking, keep believing. That door is about to swing wide open, revealing a path that leads to more than you imagined. Your courage to knock will unlock God's favor. Let's talk about vision. God's urgent alert is sharpening your eyes to see what others miss. Like Elisha's servant, who saw only an enemy army until God opened his eyes to see chariots of fire, you're about to see God's provision in a new way. The resources, the people, the opportunities, they're already there. God is giving you spiritual sight to recognize them. Look around with faith, and you'll see His hand moving in ways you never noticed before. Your voice matters. God is amplifying it, making it a tool for change. Like Jeremiah, who was called to speak to nations, your words carry weight. Whether you're encouraging a friend, sharing your story, or praying bold prayers, your voice is shifting atmospheres. Speak life, speak truth, speak faith. The world needs to hear what God has put in your mouth. Don't hold back. Your words are a weapon, and they're piercing the darkness. This message is urgent because God is accelerating your purpose. Things that felt stuck are moving. Dreams that seemed dead are stirring. Like Lazarus, who walked out of the tomb at Jesus' command. You're stepping out of dead places into new life. God is calling you forth, saying, "Come out." The grave clothes of fear, failure, and doubt are falling off. You're walking into a season where your purpose shines brighter than ever. Some of you are feeling a fire in your bones right now. That's not just excitement, it's God's Spirit igniting you. He's awakening gifts you didn't know you had, stirring passions you thought were lost, like Paul, who was transformed from a persecutor to a preacher. God is turning your past into a platform. Your story, your struggles, your victories, they're all part of His plan to show the world His power. Embrace the fire, because it's refining you for greatness. God's urgent alert is a reminder of His faithfulness. Look back at your life. Every time you thought you wouldn't make it, He carried you through. Every closed door led to a better one. Every loss prepared you for a greater gain. Like the psalmist in Psalm 23, you can say, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." He's been leading you through valleys, guiding you to green pastures. Trust Him now, because He's leading you to a place of rest and abundance. Your heart is a garden, and God is planting new seeds. Seeds of hope, courage, and vision. He's watering them with His Spirit, and they're about to bloom. Like the parable of the sower, the ground of your heart is ready to produce a harvest, 30, 60, 100-fold. Protect that ground. Guard it from weeds of doubt or distractions. What God is planting in you will change your life and touch the lives of others. This message is urgent because God is positioning you for influence. You're not just a follower, you're a leader. Like Esther, who was raised up for such a time as this, you're being placed in rooms where decisions are made, where lives are changed. Your presence carries His presence. Your actions carry His power. Step into those spaces with confidence, knowing God has prepared you for this moment. The enemy might try to remind you of your limits, but God says you're limitless. Philippians 4:13 declares, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Your strength doesn't come from you, it comes from Him. You're not bound by your past, your resources, or your circumstances. With God, you can scale mountains, break barriers, achieve the impossible. Believe it, and watch Him make a way. Some of you are sensing a shift in your relationships. God is pruning, removing what no longer aligns with His plan. Like Jonathan, who stood by David even when it cost him, God is bringing loyal, purpose-driven people into your life. These connections will lift you, challenge you, and walk with you into your destiny. Don't cling to what's fading, embrace what God is bringing. His people will strengthen your journey. This urgent alert is about stepping into your authority. As a chosen one, you carry God's anointing. Like Elijah, who called down fire from heaven, you have power to shift atmospheres. Your prayers move mountains. Your faith changes outcomes. Your presence brings peace. Don't underestimate what God has placed in you. Speak with authority, act with boldness, and watch the heavens respond. God is rewriting your story. Where you saw failure, He sees triumph. Where you saw loss, He sees restoration. Like the dry bones in Ezekiel's vision, God is breathing life into what seemed dead. Your dreams, your hopes, your future, they're coming alive. Speak to those bones. Declare God's promises. What looked impossible is about to stand. Up and walk. Your time is now. God's urgent alert is a trumpet blast, waking you to your purpose. Like the disciples at Pentecost, you're being filled with His Spirit, equipped for what's ahead. The world is waiting for your light. Your family, your community, your generation. They need what you carry. Step out, chosen one. God is with you, and his message cannot wait any longer. God's urgent alert is a divine signal, pulsing through the heavens, calling you to awaken to your true identity. You're not just a face in the crowd, you're a beacon of his light, chosen to stand out in a world craving direction. Right now, God is stirring something deep within you, a fire that's been smoldering, ready to blaze. He's saying, "My child, it's time to rise." The doubts that once held you back, the fears that dimmed your shine, they're losing their grip. You're stepping into a season where your purpose is undeniable and your impact is unstoppable. Think of a river carving its way through stone. It doesn't force its path, it flows with relentless patience, shaping the hardest surfaces over time. That's your journey. The obstacles you've faced, rejection, setbacks, uncertainty, haven't stopped you. They've shaped you. God is using every challenge to carve a path for his glory to flow through you. What felt like resistance was preparation. Now, the river of his favor is rushing forward, carrying you to places of influence and abundance. This message is urgent because God is realigning your focus. The distractions of the world, endless noise, comparison, worry, are fading. He's giving you clarity, like a lens sharpening an image. You're starting to see the opportunities he's placed before you, the doors he's opened that no one can shut. Like Nehemiah, who saw a broken city and built its walls, you're being called to rebuild what's been torn down in your life. Your vision is your strength, and God is sharpening it now. Some of you are carrying dreams that feel too big, too impossible. God says, they're not. Like Sarah, who laughed at the promise of a child in her old age, you might doubt what's possible. But God's promises don't depend on your circumstances, they depend on his power. He's turning your laughter of disbelief into shouts of joy. Those dreams aren't fantasies, they're blueprints of your destiny. Hold them tight, because God is bringing them to life. Your faith is a spark, and God is fanning it into a flame. Right now, he's igniting your courage to act, to speak, to move. Like the boy who gave his 5 loaves and 2 fish, you might feel your offering is small, but God doesn't need much to do miracles. Give him what you have, your time, your talents, your trust, and watch him multiply it. Your small step of faith will feed thousands, touching lives you can't yet see. The heavens are cheering for you. Angels are moving, aligning divine connections, shifting circumstances in your favor. God is saying, I've gone before you. Like Joshua crossing the Jordan, you're stepping into new territory. The waters are parting, the impossible is becoming possible. You don't need to know every detail of the journey, just trust the one who's leading. Your next step is holy ground, marked by his presence. Let's talk about rest. God's urgent alert isn't just about action, it's about finding peace in his plan. You've been running, striving, carrying burdens too heavy for your shoulders. God says, come to me, and I will give you rest. Like Mary sitting at Jesus' feet, choose the better part. Rest in his promises. Rest in his timing. Your strength isn't in your hustle, it's in your surrender. Let him carry the load, and watch how light your steps become. The enemy is on edge, watching God's power unfold in you. He's tried to dim your light with lies telling you you're too broken, too late, too small. But God's truth is louder. You are whole. You are on time. You are enough. Like Samson, who pushed down the pillars of his prison, you're breaking free from what's held you captive. The enemy's strongholds are crumbling because God's strength in you is greater. This message is urgent because God is preparing you for a harvest. You've sown seeds of faith, prayer, and perseverance, even when the ground felt barren. Now, the soil is turning. Like the farmer in the parable who scattered seed and woke to find a crop, you're about to see growth you didn't expect. Your prayers are sprouting. Your sacrifices are bearing fruit. God is saying, get ready to reap. Your story is a testimony waiting to be told. Like Hannah, who prayed through her barrenness and saw God give her Samuel, your pain is giving birth to purpose. The world needs to hear what God has done in you. Your struggles, your victories, your faith, they're not just for you. They're for the person who's lost hope, the one who needs to know God is real. Speak your truth, because it's a lifeline for someone else. God is shifting your perspective. Where you saw lack, He sees abundance. Where you saw failure, He sees growth. Like Peter walking on water, you're being called to focus on Jesus, not the waves. The storms around you, bills, conflicts, fears, are not your reality. God's promise island. Fix your eyes on Him, and you'll walk on what tried to drown you. Your faith will carry you across. This urgent alert is about ownership. You're not a bystander in God's plan, you're a co-creator. Like Bezalel, who was filled with God's Spirit to build the tabernacle, you're anointed to build something eternal. Your skills, your ideas, your passion, they're tools in God's hands. Start creating, start speaking, start moving. What you build in faith will stand forever, a legacy of His glory. Some of you are feeling a tug in your spirit, a sense that something big is coming. That's God preparing you for expansion. Like Jabez, who prayed for his borders to be enlarged, God is stretching your territory. Your influence, your resources, your reach, they're growing. Don't shrink back from the bigness of His plan. Embrace it. You're not meant for small places, you're meant for wide open spaces of His favor. God's voice is urgent because He's aligning you with His rhythm. The world moves fast, chaotic, pulling you in 1,000 directions. But God's rhythm is steady, purposeful, perfect. Like David, who danced before the ark, move with His Spirit. Let His tempo guide your steps. When you align with His rhythm, every decision, every action, every moment falls into place. You're not chasing time, you're walking in it. Your heart is a compass, and God is setting its direction. The dreams you've carried, the burdens you've felt for others, they're not random. They're pointers to your purpose. Like Jeremiah, who was called to be a prophet before he was born, your calling is woven into your being. Trust the pull in your spirit. It's God leading you to the people, places, and purposes He's prepared for you. This message is urgent because God is breaking cycles. The patterns of lack, rejection, and struggle that have followed you or your family, they end with you. Like Joseph, who rose from slavery to save his family, you're a cycle breaker. Your faith is rewriting history. Your obedience is setting new foundations. What God does through you will echo through generations, a legacy of freedom and favor. The heavens are open over you right now. God's Spirit is pouring out wisdom, strength, and revelation. Like the early church in Acts, you're being filled for a mission bigger than yourself. Your words, your actions, your prayers, they're carrying supernatural power. Speak boldly, love fiercely, pray fervently. You're not just changing your life, you're changing the atmosphere around you. Some of you are sensing a release. Chains you didn't even know were there are falling off. Like Paul and Silas, who sang in prison and saw the doors fling open, your praise is breaking strongholds. Lift your voice, worship through the pain, declare God's goodness. Your song is a weapon, and it's shaking the foundations of everything that's tried to hold you back. God's urgent alert is about stepping into your anointing. You're not just chosen, you're appointed. Like Elisha, who received Elijah's mantle. You're carrying a double portion of God's Spirit. Your words heal, your presence shifts, your faith moves mountains. Don't doubt your power. It's not yours, it's His. Walk in it and watch the world change around you. Your life is a lighthouse, standing firm in the storm. Ships lost in the dark, people struggling, searching, hurting, are looking for your light. Like John the Baptist, you're called to prepare the way. Your faith, your story, your resilience, they point others to God. Shine brightly, chosen one, because your light is guiding someone home. This message is urgent because God is multiplying your impact. The seeds you've sown in secret, your prayers, your kindness, your perseverance are growing into a forest. Like the mustard seed, small beginnings are leading to massive outcomes. Your influence is spreading, touching lives you may never meet. Trust God's process, because He's making your life a movement. Your heart is a sanctuary, and God is dwelling there. Like the temple Solomon built, your life is a place where His glory resides. Every choice you make in faith, every act of love, every moment of trust, it's building a legacy that honors Him. Keep your sanctuary pure, because His presence in you is changing everything. God is calling you to dream bigger. The vision you've held feels bold, but He says, go further. Like Isaiah, who saw the Lord high and lifted up. God is expanding your imagination. Your dreams aren't just for you, they're for His kingdom. Dare to dream what seems impossible, because with God, all things are possible. God's urgent alert is a divine summons to step into your authority as His chosen one. You're not just walking through life, you're walking with a mandate, a calling that sets you apart. Right now, God is awakening a boldness in you, a fire that refuses to be dimmed. He's saying, my child, you were born for this moment. The world may see you as ordinary, but the heavens know your name. You carry a divine assignment, and it's time to wield it with unshakable confidence. Picture a warrior standing on a battlefield, armor gleaming, unafraid of the chaos around them. That's you. The battles you've faced, heartache, betrayal, doubt, haven't weakened you. They've forged you. God has been tempering your spirit, preparing you to stand tall in the face of any storm. Your strength isn't in your own might, it's in His power flowing through you. The enemy sees it, the heavens see it, and now it's time for you to see it too. This message is urgent because God is opening your eyes to your influence. You're not just living for yourself, you're a catalyst for change. Like Esther, who spoke one word and shifted a nation's fate, your voice carries weight. Your prayers, your choices, your presence, they ripple outward, touching lives you may never know. God is saying, speak, act, move. Your influence is a gift, and He's amplifying it now for His glory. Some of you are feeling a restlessness in your spirit, a sense that you're on the edge of something new. That's God stirring you to step out of your comfort zone. Like Abraham, who left his homeland for a promise he couldn't see, you're being called to trust the unseen. The path ahead may feel uncertain, but it's lined with God's favor. Take the leap, because He's already paved the way. Your life is a tapestry, woven with threads of trials and triumphs. Every moment of pain, every victory, every prayer, God is stitching them together into a story of redemption. Like Joseph's coat, torn by his brothers, but later a symbol of his rise, your struggles are becoming your strength. God is turning what was meant to break you into a testimony that will inspire nations. Trust the weaver, because his design is flawless. God's urgent alert is about reclaiming your time. The enemy has tried to steal your moments, filling them with distractions, delays, and doubts. But God is saying, take it back. Like the parable of the talents, you're called to steward what He's given you. Your time, your gifts, your purpose. Every second you spend in faith is an investment in eternity. Don't let the world waste what God has redeemed. The heavens are aligning resources for you right now. God is moving people, opportunities, and provision into your path. Like the widow of Zarephath, who gave her last meal to Elijah and saw her jar never run dry, your obedience unlocks abundance. Give what you have, your trust, your effort, your faith, and watch God multiply it. Your sacrifice is the key to a miracle you can't yet see. Some of you are carrying wounds from battles you didn't choose. God sees every scar, every tear, every silent cry. He's saying, I'm healing you now. Like Naaman, who dipped in the Jordan and emerged whole. Your healing is coming through simple acts of faith. Trust His process, obey His voice, and watch Him restore what was broken. Your wholeness is a testimony to His power. This message is urgent because God is positioning you as a bridge. You're connecting people to hope, to truth, to Him. Like Rahab, who sheltered the spies and saved her family, your faith is building a pathway for others. Your story, your courage, your love, they're lifelines for those lost in the dark. Stand firm, because your life is a beacon guiding others to safety. Your heart is a furnace, and God is refining it. The impurities of fear, anger, and doubt are burning away, leaving only what's pure faith, love, purpose. Like Daniel, who faced the fire and emerged untouched, you're coming through your trials stronger, brighter, untouchable. God is saying, I'm with you in the flames. Your refining process is preparing you for a destiny that shines like gold. God's urgent alert is a call to embrace your uniqueness. You're not meant to fit in, you're meant to stand out. Like David, who fought Goliath with a sling instead of a sword, your strength lies in what makes you different. Your gifts, your perspective, your faith, they're your weapons. Don't compare yourself to others. Embrace who God made you to be, and watch Him use your uniqueness to change the world. The enemy is trembling because he sees what's coming. He's tried to silence you, to make you doubt your worth. But God's voice is louder. You are mine, and I've called you for greatness. Like Gideon's army, small but mighty, you don't need numbers to win, you need God. Your faith is enough to topple giants, to break strongholds, to claim victory. Stand tall, because the battle is already won. This message is urgent because God is unlocking your creativity. Ideas that have been dormant are waking up, like Bezalel, who crafted the tabernacle with divine skill. You're being filled with inspiration to create something eternal. Your art, your work, your vision. It's not just a hobby, it's a calling. Start building, because God is breathing life into your ideas. Your life is a song, and God is writing the melody. Every note, high or low, joyful or painful, is part of His composition. Like Miriam, who sang after the Red Sea parted, your song is rising. Sing it boldly, whether in worship, in prayer, or in how you live. Your melody is shifting atmospheres, bringing hope to the hopeless and glory to God. God's urgent alert is about stepping into overflow. You've been living in just enough, but He's calling you to more than enough. Like the feeding of the 5,000, where leftovers filled baskets, God's provision for you is abundant. Your finances, your joy, your peace, they're spilling over. Trust Him to supply, and watch Him exceed your expectations. Some of you are sensing a shift in your spirit, a pull toward something greater. That's God expanding your capacity. Like the wineskins in Jesus' parable, He's making you new, ready to hold the new wine of His blessings. Don't cling to old ways or old limits. Stretch, grow, receive. Your capacity for His goodness is bigger than you think. This message is urgent because God is breaking barriers, walls that have stood in your way. Fear, lack, rejection are crumbling. Like the walls of Jericho, they're falling not by your strength, but by His power. Keep marching, keep believing, keep praising. Your obedience is tearing down what's tried to block you. Your promised land is just ahead. Your faith is a magnet, drawing God's promises to you. Like the woman with the issue of blood, who reached for Jesus' hem and was healed, your faith pulls heaven's power into your life. Keep reaching, keep believing, keep pressing forward. What you touch in faith will change everything: your health, your finances, your future. God is calling you to shine in the darkness. The world is heavy with fear, division, and despair, but you carry His light. Like the stars in the night sky, your presence pierces the gloom. Don't hide your light. Let it shine through your words, your actions, your love. You're a beacon of hope in a world that's searching. This urgent alert is about stepping into your divine rhythm. Life has tried to pull you into chaos, but God is setting your pace. Like the psalmist who said, "My times are in your hands, trust His timing." Your steps, your decisions, your dreams, they're syncing with His perfect plan. Move with His rhythm and watch everything fall into place. Your life is a garden, and God is the gardener. He's pruning what doesn't belong, planting what will flourish. Like the vine in John 15, you're connected to Him, and every branch that bears fruit, He prunes to bear more. Embrace His pruning, those losses, those changes, because they're making you fruitful. Your harvest is coming, and it's abundant. God's urgent alert is a call to stand firm in your identity. You're not what the world says you are. You're what God says you are. Like Moses, who went from fugitive to deliverer, you're being redefined by His truth. You're not a failure, a victim, or a mistake. You're His chosen one, anointed for a purpose that will shake the earth. Own it, and watch the world respond. God's urgent alert is a divine wake-up call, shaking you from the ordinary into the extraordinary. You're not meant to blend into the shadows of routine. You're called to radiate His glory. Right now, God is igniting a spark in your spirit, a vision that burns brighter than your fears. He's saying, "My child, your time to shine is now." The doubts that once clouded your path are clearing, and the purpose woven into your soul is coming into focus. You're stepping into a season where your life will testify to His power. Imagine a lighthouse standing firm against crashing waves, its beam cutting through the darkest storm. That's you, chosen one. The chaos of life, bills, conflicts, uncertainties, has tried to shake you, but you're still standing. God has anchored you in His truth, and your light is piercing the darkness. Every trial you've faced has only made your beam stronger, guiding others to safety. Your resilience is a testimony, and God is amplifying it now. This message is urgent because God is unlocking your hidden gifts, talents you've overlooked, dreams you've shelved. They're being stirred to life. Like Timothy, who was timid until Paul reminded him of his calling, you're being reminded of the power within you. God is saying, use what I've given you. Your voice, your creativity, your compassion, they're tools for His kingdom. Step out and watch Him make your gifts a blessing to the world. Some of you are feeling a weight lifting, a sense that burdens are falling away. That's God breaking the chains of yesterday. Like the Israelites leaving Egypt, you're walking away from captivity, fear, shame, limitation. The Red Sea of your past is behind you, and a new land lies ahead. God is saying, don't look back. Your future is filled with promise, and every step you take is leading you closer to His plan. Your life is a mosaic, each piece a moment of struggle or triumph, carefully placed by God's hand. Like the stained glass in a cathedral, your story catches His light and transforms it into beauty. The broken pieces, your failures, your losses aren't flaws, they're part of the design. God is saying, I'm making you radiant. Trust His artistry, because your life is becoming a masterpiece that reflects His glory. God's urgent alert is a call to embrace your divine timing. The world rushes you, pushing you to act before you're ready. But God's clock is perfect. Like Ecclesiastes says, there's a time for every purpose under heaven. Your season of waiting was preparation, not punishment. Now, the moment is ripe. Opportunities are aligning, doors are opening, and God is saying, step forward. Your time is now. The enemy is losing ground. He's thrown obstacles in your path, doubt, rejection, delay, but they're crumbling. Like David facing Goliath, you're not intimidated by what looks unbeatable. God has armed you with faith, and one stone of trust will bring down the giants in your life. The enemy's threats are empty because God's promises are full. Stand firm and watch the victory unfold. This message is urgent because God is expanding your influence. You're not just touching lives, you're transforming them. Like Philip, who shared the gospel with one Ethiopian and changed a nation, your small acts of faith have massive impact. A kind word, a bold prayer, a step of courage, God is multiplying them. Your life is a ripple, spreading His love farther than you can see. Your heart is a battlefield, but God is your commander. The war against fear, insecurity, and doubt is already won. Like Joshua at Jericho, you don't need to fight with force, just follow His lead. Obey His voice, march in faith, and watch walls fall. Your victory isn't in your strength, it's in His strategy. Trust His battle plan, because it never fails. God's urgent alert is about reclaiming your joy. The world has tried to steal it, piling on stress and sorrow. But God says, my joy is your strength. Like Nehemiah, who rebuilt in the face of opposition, you're building a life of purpose with joy as your foundation. Laugh in the face of trials, because God's promises are bigger. Your joy is a weapon, and it's unstoppable. Some of you are sensing a new boldness rising. That's God filling you with His Spirit, like the disciples at Pentecost. You're not meant to be silent, you're meant to proclaim His truth. Your words, your actions, your faith, they're shaking the heavens. Speak out, step out, live out His calling. The world needs your voice, and God is amplifying it now. This message is urgent because God is restoring what was stolen. The enemy took opportunities, relationships, dreams, but God is the ultimate restorer. Like Job, who saw double for his trouble, you're about to receive more than you lost. Your health, your peace, your purpose, they're coming back stronger. Trust His process, because what He restores is always better than what was taken. Your life is a riverbed, and God is filling it with His living water. Where there was dryness, lack, loneliness, despair, He's bringing a flood of abundance. Like Ezekiel's vision of the river flowing from the temple, your life is becoming a source of life for others. Your faith, your love, your testimony, they're watering dry places, bringing healing to those around you. God's urgent alert is a call to stand in your truth. The world will try to define you, to box you in with labels or expectations, but God says, "You are mine." Like Daniel, who refused to bow to idols, you're called to stand firm in who you are. Your identity in Him is your power. Don't waver, because your truth is changing the world around you. Your dreams are not accidents, they're divine blueprints. God planted them in your heart for a reason. Like Joseph, who held on to his dream through slavery and prison, you're called to guard what God has given you. The world may mock, but God is faithful. Nurture those dreams, because they're the map to your destiny. This message is urgent because God is aligning you with His purpose. You're not wandering aimlessly, you're on a mission. Like Paul, who was blinded to see clearly, God is opening your eyes to His plan. Every step you take in faith is guided, every decision rooted in His wisdom. Trust His direction, because He's leading you to greatness. Some of you are feeling a release in your spirit, like chains snapping. That's God setting you free from what's held you back: fear, guilt, regret. Like Peter, freed from prison by an angel, you're walking out of confinement into freedom. The doors are open, the path is clear. Step forward, because God has already made the way. God's urgent alert is about embracing your divine connection. You're not alone, He's with you, and He's bringing people to walk alongside you. Like Ruth and Naomi, your relationships are being shaped by His hand. Trust the connections He's forming, because they're part of His plan to lift you higher. Your tribe is gathering, and they're carrying His favor. Your faith is a fire, and God is adding fuel. Like Elijah on Mount Carmel, your trust in Him is calling down miracles. The world may doubt, but your faith is proof of His power. Pray boldly, act fearlessly, live faithfully. Your fire is lighting up the darkness, showing others what God can do. This message is urgent because God is rewriting your limits. What you thought was impossible is becoming your reality. Like Sarah, who bore a child in her old age, you're stepping into promises that defy logic. God's power knows no bounds, and neither does your potential. Dream bigger, because He's making the impossible possible. Your life is a testimony, etched in the heavens. Every step you take, every prayer you pray, every act of faith, it's recorded in His book. Like the heroes of faith in Hebrews 11, your story is inspiring generations. Live boldly, because your testimony is a light for those still in the dark. God's urgent alert is a divine charge, igniting your soul to embrace the fullness of His plan. You're not just passing through this world, you're here to leave a mark that echoes in eternity. Right now, God is pouring His strength into you, fortifying your spirit for the journey ahead. He's saying, "My child, you were made for more." The limits you've accepted, the fears that have lingered, they're fading in the light of His purpose. You're rising into a season where your life will shine as a testament to His glory. Picture a seed breaking through the soil, reaching for sunlight after a long, dark winter. That's you, chosen one. The seasons of waiting, of struggle, of feeling buried, they've only strengthened your roots. God has been nurturing you, preparing you to bloom in ways that will stun the world. Your growth isn't just for you, it's a sign to others that life can spring from the hardest places. Your breakthrough is a beacon, and God is making it visible now. This message is urgent because God is recalibrating your heart. The distractions that pulled you off course, worry, comparison, doubt, are losing their power. Like Mary, who chose to sit at Jesus' feet over busyness, you're being drawn to what matters most. God is saying, "Focus on me." Your heart is aligning with His will, and in that alignment, you'll find clarity, peace, and a purpose that nothing can shake. Some of you are sensing a stirring, a quiet whisper that something new is unfolding. That's God planting fresh vision in your spirit. Like Isaiah, who saw the Lord and was forever changed, you're catching a glimpse of his glory. Your dreams, your goals, your desires, they're not random, they're divine assignments etched in your soul. Trust that whisper, because it's leading you to a future brighter than you can imagine. Your life is a river, flowing with God's grace. Every twist and turn, the rapids of hardship, the calm of rest has been guided by his hand. Like the Jordan River, which carried Israel to their promise, your journey is leading you to a land of abundance. The obstacles you've faced weren't meant to stop you, they were meant to direct you. Trust the current, because God is steering you to your destiny. God's urgent alert is a call to claim your authority. You're not a bystander in his plan, you're a warrior, anointed to shift atmospheres. Like Deborah, who led with wisdom and courage, you carry a mantle of leadership. Your words, your prayers, your actions, they carry divine weight. Speak with boldness, pray with faith, act with purpose. The world is waiting for your influence to reshape it. The enemy is rattled, watching God's power surge through you. He's tried to bind you with chains of fear, rejection, and failure, but they're breaking. Like Samson, who found strength in his weakness, you're rising with a force the enemy can't contain. His lies are unraveling, his plans are failing, because God's truth in you is stronger. Stand tall, because you're walking in victory. This message is urgent, because God is opening your hands to receive. You've been giving your time, your heart, your faith, without always seeing the return. But like the widow who gave her last coins, your sacrifice hasn't gone unnoticed. God is saying, I'm filling your hands now. Provision, opportunities, blessings, they're flowing. Open your heart, because his abundance is more than you can hold. Your story is a bridge, connecting the broken to hope. Like Rahab, who risked everything to align with God's people, your faith is building pathways for others. Your courage, your kindness, your resilience, they're lifelines for those who feel lost. Don't underestimate your impact. Your life is a testament, drawing others to the God who never fails. God's urgent alert is about embracing your divine rhythm. The world's pace is frantic, pulling you into chaos, but God's tempo is steady, purposeful, like David, who danced before the Lord with abandon. Move with his spirit. Let his rhythm guide your steps, your decisions, your dreams. When you sync with his timing, every moment becomes a masterpiece of his grace. Some of you are feeling a release, like a weight sliding off your shoulders. That's God lifting burdens you weren't meant to carry. Like the woman caught in adultery who heard Jesus say, "Neither do I condemn you." You're being set free from shame. Your past doesn't define you, his grace does. Walk forward, unburdened, because your future is radiant with his love. This message is urgent, because God is sharpening your discernment. The world is full of noise, lies, distractions, half-truths, but you're being given eyes to see clearly. Like Elisha, who saw the unseen armies of God, you're seeing beyond the surface. Trust your instincts, because they're guided by his Spirit. Your discernment is a shield, protecting you from what seeks to derail you. Your life is a canvas, and God is painting a story of redemption. Every stroke, every trial, every victory is part of his design. Like Job, who saw restoration after loss, you're watching God turn ashes into beauty. The world may see your scars, but God sees art. Trust his brush, because your life is becoming a masterpiece that glorifies him. God's urgent alert is a call to step into your legacy. You're not just living for today, you're building for generations. Like Abraham, whose faith blessed nations, your choices are planting seeds for the future. Your prayers, your courage, your obedience, they're shaping a heritage of faith. Live boldly, because your legacy will outlast you. The heavens are stirring, aligning divine connections for you. God is bringing people into your life who see your worth, who share your vision. Like Jonathan and David, these relationships will strengthen you, challenge you, and carry you forward. Trust the connections He's forming, because they're part of His plan to elevate you. Your faith is a fire, burning away what doesn't belong. Like the burning bush that spoke to Moses, your life is a holy encounter, drawing others to God. Your trials haven't consumed you, they've refined you. Shine brightly, because your fire is a signal to the world that God is alive and moving. This message is urgent because God is breaking old cycles. Patterns of lack, rejection, and pain that have followed you or your family, they're ending. Like Joseph, who rose from slavery to save his kin, you're a cycle breaker. Your faith is rewriting history, setting new foundations. What God does through you will echo through time, a legacy of freedom. Your heart is a garden, and God is tending it. He's pulling weeds of doubt, planting seeds of hope. Like the parable of the sower, your soil is fertile, ready to produce a harvest. Guard your heart from distractions, because what God plants will bloom into abundance, joy, peace, purpose for you and those around you. God's urgent alert is about stepping into your divine flow. Life has tried to pull you into chaos, but God is guiding you into peace. Like the psalmist who said, "He leads me beside still waters." Trust His leading. Your steps are ordered, your path is clear. Move with His flow and watch everything align in His perfect will. Some of you are sensing a new strength rising. That's God filling you with His power, like Samson pushing down pillars. The challenges that tried to crush you are becoming stepping stones. Your strength isn't in yourself, it's in Him. Lean into His power, because it's making you unstoppable. This message is urgent because God is positioning you for impact. You're not just a survivor, you're a world changer. Like Esther, raised up for a pivotal moment, you're being placed where your voice matters. Your influence is growing, your reach is expanding. Step into those spaces, because God has prepared them for you. God's urgent alert is a divine summons to embrace the fullness of your calling. You're not just navigating life, you're carving a path that radiates His glory. Right now, God is awakening a courage within you, a boldness that refuses to be silenced. He's saying, "My child, you were created for this hour." The shadows of doubt, the whispers of fear, they're fading in the light of His purpose. You're stepping into a season where your life will proclaim His power to a world in need. Imagine a flame flickering in the wind, yet refusing to go out. That's you, chosen one. The storms of life, rejection, loss, uncertainty, have tried to extinguish your light, but you're still burning. God has guarded that flame, fueling it with His Spirit. Every trial has only made it stronger, brighter, ready to set the world ablaze. Your resilience is a signal, and God is making it shine for all to see. This message is urgent because God is aligning your steps with His plan. The detours you've taken, the delays you've faced, they weren't mistakes, they were divine rerouting. Like Ruth, who followed Naomi into an unknown land, you're being led to a harvest you can't yet see. God is saying, "Trust my path. Your steps are guided, your journey is purposeful. Move forward, because His favor is paving the way." Some of you are feeling a shift, like a key turning in a lock. That's God opening doors that were once sealed shut. Like Peter, freed from prison by an angel's touch, you're being released from what's held you back. Fear, shame, limitation. The chains are breaking, the doors are swinging wide. Step through, because God has prepared a path of freedom just for you. Your life is a symphony, each note played by God's hand. The highs of joy, the lows of pain, they're all part of His composition. Like David, who turned his psalms of sorrow into songs of praise, your story is becoming a melody of redemption. God is saying, sing it loud. Your life is music, and it's drawing others to His heart. God's urgent alert is a call to wield your faith like a sword. The enemy has tried to disarm you with lies, telling you you're too weak, too late, too broken. But God says, you're armed. Like Gideon, who faced an army with torches and jars, your faith is enough to win. Swing it boldly, because it's cutting through the darkness and claiming your victory. The heavens are moving, orchestrating divine connections for you. God is bringing people into your life who see your value, who share your purpose. Like Barnabas, who stood by Paul when others doubted, these allies will lift you higher. Trust the relationships God is forming, because they're threads in His tapestry, woven to strengthen your journey. Some of you are carrying dreams that feel heavy, like they're too big to hold. God says, give them to me. Like Hannah, who poured out her heart and saw God give her Samuel, your dreams are safe in His hands. Surrender them, trust Him, and watch Him turn your desires into reality. Your dreams are His promises, waiting to unfold. This message is urgent, because God is restoring your vision. The world has tried to blur it with distractions, but He's giving you clarity. Like Elisha's servant, who saw heaven's armies when his eyes were opened, you're seeing God's plan more clearly. Your perspective is shifting, revealing opportunities, solutions, and paths you couldn't see before. Your heart is a fortress, and God is its builder. He's strengthening its walls, guarding it from doubt and fear. Like Nehemiah, who rebuilt Jerusalem's defenses, you're fortifying your spirit with faith. Every prayer, every act of trust, every moment of surrender, it's making you unshakable. Stand firm, because your fortress is built on His truth. God's urgent alert is about stepping into your divine flow. Life's chaos has tried to pull you under, but God is lifting you into His current. Like the psalmist who said, He sets me in spacious places. You're being placed where you can thrive. Move with His flow, because it's carrying you to abundance, peace, and purpose. The enemy is watching, desperate to stop what God is doing. He's thrown obstacles, confusion, delay, rejection, but they're crumbling. Like Joshua at Jericho, your faith is tearing down walls. Keep marching, keep praising, keep believing. The barriers in your way are falling, because God's power in you is greater. This message is urgent, because God is multiplying your impact. Your small acts of faith, a kind word, a bold prayer, a step of courage are rippling outward. Like Philip, who spoke to one man and sparked a movement, your influence is growing. Don't underestimate your reach, because God is using you to touch lives far beyond your sight. Your life is a garden, blooming with God's promises. He's planting seeds of hope, watering them with His Spirit. Like the parable of the mustard seed, what starts small in you will grow into something mighty. Guard your garden, because its fruit, joy, peace, provision will feed you and those around you. God's urgent alert is a call to embrace your divine identity. The world may label you, but God names you His own. Like Moses, who went from outcast to leader, you're being redefined by His truth. You're not your mistakes or your past. You're his chosen one, anointed for greatness. Own it and watch the world shift around you. Some of you are sensing a lightness, like a burden lifting. That's God freeing you from what's weighed you down, guilt, fear, regret. Like the woman at the well who left her jar behind, you're leaving behind what no longer serves you. Step into this freedom because God is making you new. Your faith is a spark, igniting miracles. Like Elijah, who prayed and saw fire fall, your prayers are calling down heaven's power. Don't hold back, pray boldly, believe fiercely, act confidently. Your faith is shifting atmospheres, breaking chains, and opening doors. The heavens are responding to your voice. This message is urgent because God is breaking old patterns, cycles of lack, pain, or struggle. They're ending with you. Like Joseph, who turned betrayal into blessing, you're rewriting your story. Your faith is setting new foundations, creating a legacy of freedom for generations. What God does through you will echo through time. Your life is a lighthouse, guiding lost ships through the storm. Like John the Baptist, who prepared the way for Jesus, your presence points others to hope. Your story, your resilience, your faith, they're beacons for those searching in the dark. Shine brightly, because your light is saving lives. God's urgent alert is about stepping into your divine purpose. You're not here by accident, you're here by design. Like Esther, raised up for a critical moment, you're positioned to make a difference. Your actions, your words, your love, they're changing the world. Step into your purpose because God has prepared you for this. Your heart is a sanctuary where God's Spirit dwells. Like the temple, filled with His glory, your life is a holy space. Every choice you make in faith, every act of love, it's worship. Keep your sanctuary pure because His presence in you is transforming everything around you. This message is urgent because God is expanding your capacity. Like Jabez, who asked for enlarged borders, you're being stretched for more influence, more blessing, more impact. Don't shrink from the bigness of His plan. Embrace it, because you're made for wide open spaces of His favor. Your life is a story written by God's hand. Every chapter, every trial, every triumph is part of His plot. Like Daniel, who faced lions and emerged untouched, your story is one of victory. Trust the author, because he's writing a tale that will inspire the world for generations. God's urgent alert is a divine clarion, ringing through your soul, calling you to step into the fullness of His vision. You're not just living a life, you're fulfilling a prophecy, etched in the heavens before time began. Right now, God is kindling a fire in your spirit, a blaze that will light up the darkest corners. He's saying, "My child, your moment has arrived." The shadows of hesitation, the fog of uncertainty, they're dissolving in the radiance of His plan. You're entering a season where your purpose will shine like a star. Picture a river breaking through a dam, its waters rushing with unstoppable force. That's you, chosen one. The barriers that held you back, fear, lack, rejection, have cracked under the weight of God's power. Every struggle you've endured has been a pressure point, building strength for this breakthrough. Your flow is unstoppable now, carrying you to places of abundance and impact. God is saying, "Let my current take you." This message is urgent because God is sharpening your spiritual senses. The noise of the world, its chaos, its lies, can't drown out His voice anymore. Like Samuel, who heard God call in the night, you're tuning into His frequency. Your intuition is growing. Your discernment is clear. God is saying, "Listen closely." Your ability to hear Him is guiding you to decisions that will change everything. Some of you are feeling a pull, like a magnet drawing you towards something greater. That's God aligning your heart with his purpose. Like Jonah, who ran but couldn't escape his calling, you're being drawn to your destiny. Don't resist the tug. It's leading you to a place where your gifts will flourish, where your life will bear fruit. Trust his pull, because it's guiding you to glory. Your life is a tapestry, woven with divine threads of grace. Every moment, every tear, every triumph is a stitch in God's design. Like Joseph's coat, torn yet a symbol of his rise, your struggles are becoming your strength. God is saying, I'm making it beautiful. Your story is a masterpiece, reflecting his love to a world that needs to see it. God's urgent alert is a call to walk in your divine authority. You're not just a bystander, you're a force, anointed to shift the atmosphere. Like Deborah, who judged with wisdom and led with courage, you carry a mantle of power. Your prayers, your words, your actions, they move mountains. Speak boldly, because your voice is echoing in the heavens. The enemy is scrambling, seeing God's hand on you. He's thrown distractions, doubts, delays, but they're losing strength. Like David, who slung a stone at Goliath, you're armed with faith that topples giants. The enemy's plans are unraveling because God's truth in you is stronger. Stand firm and watch his schemes collapse like dust. This message is urgent because God is pouring out provision. You've given your time, your heart, your trust, without always seeing the return. Like the widow who fed Elijah from her last meal, your sacrifice is unlocking abundance. God is saying, I'm filling your storehouse. Blessings, opportunities, resources, they're flowing. Open your hands, because his supply is limitless. Your life is a beacon, shining hope into the darkness. Like John the Baptist, who pointed to Jesus in a world lost in sin, your presence directs others to truth. Your faith, your resilience, your love, they're guiding lights for those who've lost their way. Don't dim your shine, because someone needs your light to find their path. God's urgent alert is about stepping into your divine rhythm. The world's chaos pulls you into frenzy, but God's pace is steady, perfect. Like the psalmist who said, my times are in your hands, trust his timing. Your steps are syncing with his plan, your decisions guided by his wisdom. Move with his rhythm and watch everything fall into place. Some of you are sensing a lightness, like chains falling away. That's God breaking the bonds of guilt, shame, fear. Like the woman caught in sin, who heard Jesus say, go and sin no more. You're being set free. Your past doesn't hold you, his grace does. Step into this freedom, because your future is radiant with his love. This message is urgent because God is expanding your vision. The world has tried to limit what you see, keeping you focused on lack, failure, obstacles. But God is giving you eagle eyes, like Isaiah, who saw his glory and never looked back. You're seeing possibilities, solutions, paths where others see walls. Trust your vision, because it's his. Your heart is a furnace, refining faith into fire. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you've walked through flames and emerged untouched. God is saying, I'm with you in the fire. Every trial is purifying you, making you stronger, brighter, ready for his purpose. Your fire is testimony, burning bright for all to see. God's urgent alert is a call to embrace your divine legacy. You're not just living for now, you're building for eternity. Like Abraham, whose faith birthed nations, your choices are planting seeds for generations. Your prayers, your courage, your obedience, they're shaping a heritage of faith. Live boldly, because your legacy will echo through time. The heavens are aligning divine connections for you,